of the My Child, My Choice Facebook group, which has thousands of followers, is very, very active and has been, throughout this battle, fighting against this curriculum for the past 18 months, has been very instrumental in getting parents out, getting parents to protest, and making their voices heard. So I welcome Stephanie McEvoy.
Thank you for coming. Hasn't God provided us with a great day? You are taking the first step towards reclaiming your parental rights. I am a parent. I am a Canadian. I have 3 precious children. I'm very concerned about their future. I'm very concerned about your children's future. I have 2 points to make today. The state does not supersede your parental rights. Do you want, as my friend said, do you want residential schools for your children, your grandchildren? No! It is a very, very slippery slope. Reclaim your parental rights now! The state does not exist to tell us what is moral. Parents' rights are being eroded, dismissed, and ignored. We need to take back our very important position as first educators. You are the expert on your children. It is very dangerous to allow the state to co-parent our children. We must do everything we can to take back our rightful role. There's too much that we're giving up and so much we lose. Take back your rightful position and duty for your children, to impart your family values, your culture. You, the parent, you matter, all of you. You matter more than you give yourselves credit for. Your children desperately need you. Studies and good research consistently shows parents matter for their children in every facet of their lives. It's a media lie that it's all peers, 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 and culture. Parents matter. Do not be pushed around by the state. Your family is unique. Do not leave it to the state to determine what is best for your children and your grandchildren. They are the future of Canada. And lastly, from coast to coast, there is case after case of isolated incidences where ideologies are being pushed in our schools, spitting in the face of Canadian law. Special interest groups, individuals are pushing their agenda under the guise of sex education. In any other context, just think about some of these ideas being pushed in the classrooms. If they were anywhere else outside of the classroom, they would be deemed illegal. Would you accept your Girl Scout leader or camp counselor or religious leader giving your child pamphlets on S&M? Are public schools above the law? It's very alarming to hand over the task of parenting and turn a blind eye to illegal activity involving precious children. Patrick Brown courted our vote. Shame! Shame! Shame for your flip-flop!
Shame on you, Patrick Brown!
So please stand on guard for Canada, stand on guard for our children, our grandchildren. Thank you for letting me be part of this event.
sex ed rally. I'm very proud to be talking to Stephanie McEvoy, who's the president of one of our constituency associations up in Ottawa. And you gave a great speech today, Stephanie. You really put on a good show. Everybody got their money's worth, that's for certain. What kind of issues do you want to bring out to the public in this particular video so that everybody's fully informed on what's really going on with sex ed?
Well, I think it's very important for people to recognize it's very dangerous to allow the state to co-parent. So when you hand over, you're just losing so much. And I think it's wrong. Parents are the first educators of their children, and we should not be handing over that right to the state. We know the state does not always make good decisions. Residential schools is a tragic part of Canadian history, and we cannot allow that type of thing to happen again. We need to reclaim our rights. And there's also the context of this material, if taught in any other venue, it would be deemed illegal. When you invite minors to exposing them to explicit material, and that's criminal. And also, who are these groups that are coming in to the schools? I want to know, who are they? And it's always a struggle and a battle to find out who are these community groups? Who are they that have access to my kids? What ideologies are they pushing on my children?
Right, so we're hearing a lot of things about the curriculum not being age appropriate, but we're not hearing much about the criminal aspect of sex ed. A lot of people are of the opinion that in fact teaching this in schools is criminal. What do you think about that?
Well, I think that's a very valid point. And as I said, if you are inviting children to look at explicit material or to be touching themselves in any manner, that is illegal according to the Canadian Criminal Code.
So it's almost like children under the age of 10 are getting an affirmation that it's appropriate to have sex with other children, or even where there's a significant disparity in age. Is that your feeling as well?
I mean, when I look through the material and there are pamphlets handed out under the guise of sexual health and just very upsetting brochures on S&M and just all kinds.
S&M to kids how old?
That would be in high school. There was something accidentally given out to children, and grade 7 and grade 8. So that is very disturbing.
So in BC, we actually had an issue whereas material was being handed out and there were website addresses, and the website addresses actually steered the children to hardcore homosexual pornography.
Yes.
Is that your understanding as well?
Yeah. See, that's...
So this is a concern. Obviously, it's a legitimate concern for parents to have this, and parental rights are being circumvented by the province.
Most definitely. And it just goes back to what I said before of allowing the state on sensitive matters. You know, they're making the decisions, they're co-parenting, and that's not right at all.
So you've been an advocate, a strong advocate, I must say, for My Child, My Choice.
Yes.
But over and above that, you actually had your fingers in the political pie, so to speak, when you were working with the PC party some time ago.
Yes.
But you had a very unfortunate circumstance during the PC AGM where you thought you were getting the opportunity to speak about this very important issue, but in fact there was almost a conspiracy within the party to completely circumvent you.
Yes, that was very disappointing. I attended a workshop that was titled Reaching Out to Your Constituency, your riding. And I got up at the Q&A part at the end and said, I represent, about 7,000 to 8,000 parents online. all of the demographics you talked about, they're all represented in my group. I didn't even mention sex ed, the dreaded sex ed. Didn't even mention the social conservative issue. Just said that these parents, they're involved, they're interested, and I was told, we're not answering your question. That's it. So I was treated very badly and ignored, and it was just very disappointing that no one wanted to hear from the parents of Ontario and representing many different cultural backgrounds.
Yeah, but with so many people that have been following you and supporting you with through My Child, My Choice, it must have been a very emotional letdown to have felt that you let those people down too through your circumvention with the PCs.
Yes. And, my message going forward is that we need to look for an alternative. I think that we need to do our research and our homework, and we need to investigate other alternatives.
Okay, well, thank you very kindly for coming down to Toronto all the way from Ottawa. You've got your 3 kids and your husband here, and you've made a real trip of it, and believe me, Stephanie's speech was spectacular, and you really brought something to the table. So thank you very much, Stephanie. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you very much.